60 Minutes devoted its program last night to President-elect Obama. During the hour-long interview, Mr. Obama shared the top priorities of his administration.
Number one, I think it's important to get a national security team in place because transition periods are potentially times of vulnerability to terrorist attack. We want to make sure that there is as seamless a transition on national security as possible.
The president-elect says securing our nation's economy is his other priority, including how the $700 billion bailout plan is being administered by current Treasury Secretary Henry Paulson.
Hank Paulson has worked tirelessly under some very difficult circumstances. We've got an unprecedented crisis, or at least something that we have not seen since the Great Depression. And I think Hank would be the first one to acknowledge that probably not everything that's been done has worked the way he had hoped it would work.
While he won't be able to fix the economy quickly, President Obama could bring swift change through executive orders.
I have said repeatedly that I intend to close Guantanamo, and I will follow through on that. I've said repeatedly that America doesn't torture, and I'm going to make sure that we don't torture. Those are part and parcel of an effort to regain America's moral stature in the world.
Bob Schieffer is CBS News Chief Washington correspondent and host of Face the Nation. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Harry.
Watching that interview last night, it was so interesting, not only the political stuff, but the personal stuff as well. Let's talk a little bit about Hillary Clinton. Does it seem likely that she would get included in this cabinet?
Oh, I think that very much could happen. My sense of it is that if she wants to be Secretary of State, and if, in fact, they can work out some sort of deal involving Bill Clinton, I mean, frankly, he can't continue to go around the world and make speeches in foreign countries for big fat fees if his wife is the Secretary of State. If they can work out those kind of complications and deals, I do not believe, Harry, that they would have leaked her name as being under consideration had they not been prepared to give it to her. Because, I mean, let's face it, if that had been the case and then they didn't give it to her, it would cause a kind of breach between those two that, to say the least, Barack Obama doesn't need that. Right. So I think if they can work out these details, and if she wants to do it, I think she's going to be a Secretary of State.
Everybody's talking about this Doris Kearns Goodwin book from a couple of years ago, The Team of Rivals. Does this feel like that kind of pattern to you?
Well, it certainly would be, and the fact that he's meeting today with John McCain. Now, I would not expect that John McCain is going to be offered a cabinet post, but I think this will be a substantive meeting between these two, Harry. John McCain has a history of reaching across the aisle and working with Democrats on all kinds of things, and I think you will see a very substantive meeting between these two. And, you know, Barack Obama is very, very smart in communicating. He has talked about changing the tone in Washington, but he knows it's more effective to show what you're going to do than just say what you're going to do. And he has, you know, said he wants to change the tone, and clearly this is his way of saying, I am going to change the tone. I think this is an important meeting between these two. I think you'll see them come out together, and I think it'll be a very good picture.
All right. Bob Schieffer, thank you so much. Good to see you, sir.
You bet, Harry.
All right. Thank you.